Hi guys and welcome to Train Sim TV. This is our first TS 2022 video as well, just to put that out there. And what a better way to kick things off than starting off with this little beauty. It is the all new Class 185 from Thomson Sim and Imbue. It's been a collaboration that's been ongoing for some time now. I think the project itself has been going on for about 8 years from what I've heard, but over the last year or something like that, ATS have been involved with this to get it over the finish line, which I am very glad for, because it's been one of them units that I've wanted in the game for a very, very long time. This fills in a huge gap for the routes that I've created, such as Northern Lines, Harrogate Loop, the upcoming Cumbrian Coast as well. This train runs on all those routes, and to finally be able to have a drivable 185 is absolutely fantastic. I've had a drive of it already, so I've had a little play with it, and I'm going to show you that as well. We're on a Northern Lines scenario, which actually comes with the route. I've actually been working on updating the scenarios this evening, so it takes full effect of the new model, which is it'll be nice to see as well. And I didn't actually realise I had made a scenario using the old 185, the Jake Fuller one. So we've been able to swap this over and actually have a running scenario. So we're going to do this one for the video. We're going to do this, and then we'll have a look at all the liveries and stuff as a line-up at the end. I've got all the liveries lined up ready to show you after this. So let's unpause this and we'll get everything up. Right, so we're in the cab. Now, first of all, I'm just going to quickly pause it once again just to show you the little external plugin. This is for the announcements. Now, if you wish to run the announcements, you must make sure you have this open beforehand. I think it installed onto the desktop for me. If not, it'll probably wherever you install was placed. It's easy to find. Once you've got it up and running, make sure it's on, and you'll have all your announcements. So just run that and minimise it in the background, and it hides behind so it doesn't actually get in your way. So what we'll do first of all is set up our cab, and then we'll take a little look around. So first of all, we're going to pop the key into neutral. Come to the abreast, which I love that detail in there as well. I love where the dial actually spins. So that is that. So next of all, we will acknowledge our TP WS. So we're going to need to click the right hand arrow on the console. You can't see our mouse, but you can see where it's a little highlight has just come up, TMS right. Click number 1 at the bottom to my god, acknowledge the config. That's the one I'm looking for. I'm fluffing it already, only a couple of minutes in. Now I'm just going to pause. Now in your scenarios you can set up the time and the dates and stuff like that. So I think the time is at the top there. I'm not sure what the 11:42 is. Possibly that's for when we may be arriving at the next station. I'm not too sure on that one. Not a clue. I'm still learning this. You can play around in this. There's all sorts of bits and pieces. It's really cool. You can have lighting on, off, exterior lighting. There's all sorts. So that's outside, the light off. We want interior lighting on. Lighting on. We should have everything. Hang on. Exterior lights, that's what we want. So if I get this into forward in a second and get the lights on there, there we go. Put lights on, that helps. Those are on. Instrument lights are all in. Right, so that is that. We're going to set up our Axion PIS equipment next, so we need to press OK. We're going to put the route in. Now all this I've got the briefing, it's all in there for you. So it's 9157. Click OK. It'll do what it's got to do for a minute. And it'll eventually tell you you're going to Manchester Airport. We'll put the NRN on as well. So we want to press that first of all, which is the BR logo, and then put 088. Press the green button once again, and it'll set yourself up there. Now we can open the doors.
Welcome to Transpennine Express. This is a service to Manchester Airport, calling at Bolton Le Fylde, Preston, Leyland, Chorley, Horwich Parkway, Lostock, Bolton, Salford Crescent, Manchester Oxford Road, Manchester Piccadilly, Heel Green, and Manchester Airport.
I love that. It might be a gimmick to some people, but to have announcements I think is brilliant. And this has all been put in and covers many different routes as well. And we'll cover the manual, what's covered, as we move along. So we have the RA right away there, the buzz. So acknowledge that. As you saw as well with the instrument lights, you can actually dim those. Well, the cab desk lights, shall I say. It's not actually instrument lights. But yeah, you can do that, which I think is quite cool. I like that. It's a really cool little feature. The only little thing I would say is a little niggle is nothing only minor. As you can see at the top, it goes over the top of the desk. I'm not sure if that's if it's meant to stay underneath or not. I'm not too sure on that, but it's a cool little feature, and I do like that. Before we go, on the back of here, you can actually open the cab door as well. So if you click the bottom one with this little flap, click that, it'll lift up. Press the red button, and you can see the doors just popped out a little bit. Next up, you then hold down, left click, and you can slide the door open. Click the blue button back on the back panel there, and the door will shut. Put the little hatch down there. You can play around with the door switch key. I haven't done this yet, so I'm not going to go into that just yet. Signal bells on the back as well there. Cab lighting. There's stuff to do with the batteries and batteries off and stuff here. I'm assuming this is before starting up the unit. I haven't played with all this yet. There's all sorts still to get to grips with, which I'm sure we'll do over time, and you'll see this on the streams as well. Right, so we now are good to go. So DR8 is off. There we go. So next stop is Portland Defiled. The sounds are really cool. I like the sounds. There's a couple of niggles I've got. Nothing over the top. Main one for me. Now in the cab, it doesn't sound so bad when I listen to it. It's more of the exterior where I sort of find this. Now I think the things that could possibly be looked at and maybe adjusted maybe over time could be the actual transition curves of the audio when you're going through the notches. I'll show you in a second. This signal, by the way, it just needs tabbing. For some strange reason, don't want to change. So if I come out onto the exterior view, just wait till we. I like the flying squirrel as well. It's really cool. Sort of just like jumps into the next sound audio. I think maybe the curves could be tweaked or not. I'm not too sure. I'm no technical expert on these things. It's just you can sort of hear when they drop down. It's just sort of like fades off. A bit odd. But for the first piece of rolling stock, it's an absolutely superb bit of kit. The sounds good as well. I definitely can hear the 185 in there. It definitely is the 185. Especially when it gets going, you can hear the deep bassiness of it. It is cool. I am very happy to have this and finally be able to drive this on this route. I made a post earlier stating that Northern Lines was originally released, the first version, in 2016. And 5 years later, we finally have a drivable 185. That is a long time to fill that last gap. This is really the last piece of the puzzle in terms of AI needs. Now we're up to speed. Goes on to my next little niggle. I feel that it possibly is a bit fast in terms of the physics. It seems to go like that heck of a shovel. I need to watch my language here. It just feels very fast. I did a little drive coming out of on Chat Moss, coming out of Liverpool Lime Street, out of the tunnel, and I just winded it just to have a look. And by the time I got to the other end of Edge Hill Tunnel, I was doing about 80-85 mile an hour, which I think is a little bit excessive there. I don't know. It just feels a little bit quick. So maybe the physics may need a look at. Maybe, I don't know. Again, that's just me speculating. Just me think my words coming out of my mouth here. What I think. Cab's lovely though. Absolutely superb. It's also got a little drop down seat there for second man. Just loading Polton tile in there. There's always a little bit of stutter going into there. The train itself runs really, really well. Performance is brilliant. It's dead smooth. It doesn't have, as far as I can see, any impact into the FPS really. It plays really well. Love the detail in the cab. I'm loving the weathered paintwork and stuff as well, rather than just being a fully clean train. Comes with different variants in the cab as well. We are on obviously with the NRN. There is newer versions as well with, I think it's like the little iPad holders and stuff like that there is in the cabs as well. GSMR as well, and that doesn't feature on this one. So we're on the original, like the early days livery. If you go to the top level now, again it takes you back to the main menu. But it's a nice little system. That loads of little bits of menu features that you can have a little play with. As well, if you do go into stuff like brake system. I'm just trying to think here. Hang on, might have gone to the wrong one now actually. Drive braking. There we go. So you can see like the brake force going on there when you notch backwards and forwards. You can see when you go into your driving force there. Tells you which train we're on. We're on 185120, which is correct. There we go. So it's on the sticker on the top and also on the TMS. It all matches up. Door system. Not sure how this works yet. We'll have a look at that actually in a second when we're stopping station.
We will shortly be arriving at Polton the Filed. If you're leaving the train, take a moment to check you have everything with you. Don't forget any bags or cases in the luggage racks or under seats, and retain your tickets as they may be required when exiting this station. Thank you for travelling with TransPennine Express, and have a great onward journey.
I love the announcements, they're brilliant. Really cool. Just adds another layer of what's the word I'm looking for? Like realism and that. Bit more immersion is the word I'm looking for. So I'm using this with the power brake control on the door panel. As why not? Right, so yeah, so you can see there that the flags are on the right hand side, so they go out.
Preston, Leyland, Chorley, Horwich Parkway, Lostock, Bolton, Salford Crescent, Manchester Oxford Road, Manchester Piccadilly, Heel Green, and Manchester Airport.
So when the doors are open, the ticks go off, and then they'll tick again when the doors are shut. So they've only gone off on the right hand side. The doors are shutting now. There you go, and the ticks have all come back on. Let's have a little watch on the station. Sounding good. I do like it. The horn as well, something I'm not overly convinced on. The internal, it doesn't sound so bad. It actually does sound a bit more to it. But on the external, I don't know. There's something possibly a bit tinny on it. I don't know. I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on it. Right, full power. Not full on though. Nearly at 70. And it sounds good as well when you're at speed. So, whilst we're just travelling towards Preston, we're not actually stopping now. Please do look at the manual before you actually go and drive this. I thought I'd be a clever boy and open it up, take it for a drive, and do all the announcements off just guesswork, and it didn't happen. Being clever didn't work. I thought I could master it on it, but no. So I spent the evening, but prior to actually doing the video, I mean, we're at the time of this recording, it's the same day it's been released. It is actually 01:29 in the morning that I'm recording this, so I have actually been playing about with it all evening, getting to grips with it all and getting acquainted. Along with also, I've been working on the Northern Line stuff, swapping all the stock around. So all the scenarios now use this for the AI and the drivetrains, and that update will come soon, so it won't be far off. We'll put a post up on OTS as well for that. Do look out for it. But yeah, once you've got to grips with the manual on that, it all becomes a bit more simple. It's not so daunting. The announcement thing's a little bit fiddly, especially if you're scenario creating and you've not used it before. It does take a bit of getting used to. I struggled. I did get there eventually. I did get there with a bit of help from Mark Fox, who programmed the announcements and stuff, so thank you to Mark just for giving me a couple of heads up tips. We got there in the end with it. So going to Liveries, it comes with a nice selection. Got Unbranded, Plain Blue, Barbie, Dynamic Lines Original, Dynamic Lines Late with GSMR, Transitional, Stained Glass Original, Stained Glass. Specials are the Dynamic Lines Poppy, Dynamic Lines Christmas, Manchester B, and Superhero, and also Stained Glass Poppy. You also have the Manchester Pride as well. And there is another special one. It doesn't come with an image in the manual, but it's basically the stained glass livery, but it also has the Hull City Culture logo on it. You'll see that in a bit, I'll show you. Also, the manual goes on to say that the 185s have received 2 additional special livery, which are 185 111, the Victoria Cross, and 108, which is Liverpool 08. 111 is apparently currently being steadily worked on, but due to 108's complexity, it's unlikely to feature. Obviously, I think on the actual release, so I'm assuming they may update it or release it externally after. I think, but they are trying to get some source and stuff as well, so it may come, it may not. It goes on to the cab control stuff. I'm not going to show you that. It's literally just annotations and key configuration bindings. Go and have a look in the manual for that one yourself. It's there to download. I believe you can download the manual before it's purchasing, so you can actually have a look at that, which is cool. Cab views. So there is a multiple selection of cab views which come with obviously bits and pieces. So you've got factory as built, which comes with the NRN and Axion PIS, which is what we have today on this one. You also have factory with GSMR and Axion, so we haven't got GSMR. Obviously the GSMR would be sitting where the NRN is. And that also does come with the little iPad holder on the top of here as well, which sits up there. The refurb with GSMR and revised PIS, so that's a totally different screen on the front of here. So the Axion down here is gone, along with the sort of like speaker thing there, and the PIS buttons, they're all gone. It's all a different layout on that. Slow ourselves down for the fast line. So example changes throughout their life in obviously our NRM replaced with GSMR, tablet computer stand and Axiom PIS replaced with a newer system. Cover 2 passenger views. On this one today we have the original interior as built, which is very nice indeed, very high detail, cracking textures throughout, very clear on the moquette there. You've got various positions, different seating views. It would have been nice to have a standing up one. I do like a standing up passenger view, as we do get them from time to time. But nevertheless, even that's not there, it's still very nice indeed. Lovely detail. The other one is, of course, the refurbished interior, which is the newer blue and then the white on the headrest there. Which is a nice spruce up inside. So it goes on then to tell you about the NRN. It's pretty simple. We've used NRNs before. You just press the BR. You turn it on with the left hand side pen, press BR logo, and then put your code in. Press BR logo once again. There is some other bits and pieces that you can do with it. You can go into a bit more detail. NRN zones. There is some clutter items which you can use in your own scenarios and track link them up. Put the codes in where they change over. And providing your scenario covers an area where it changes, you will see that the code does change as you progress in your scenario. This one doesn't. We are in code 088 throughout. GSMR is literally the same again. We've seen them before in AP releases. It's literally the same sort of setup. Slightly different. It's their own models. The sounds are slightly different, of course, to the AP one. The buttons are a little bit loud, I find, but they're decent. It's good quality. A little bit louder than the AP ones. AWS, we all know how that works. It goes on. You can obviously disable your TPWS. Now I don't know where that actually happens. Not a clue. Is that up there? I do not know. Unless it's on the other side of the actual panel up here. Hang on, let's have a look. Different views in there, which is good. It's up here. So you can isolate your TPWS then, all this sort of stuff up here. There's all sorts up there you can play about with. Again, I haven't actually done all that yet. You can't actually turn the cab light on from this side, however, which you can on the other side, which is a bit odd. You can do the bell, doors release and all that. You've got isolation stuff down here as well, TP isolation cover. Haven't played with all this lot yet. Again, we will no doubt see stuff like that get used in scenarios over time. But this one for today is just a basic scenario, just because I've updated it. And I didn't want to do a massive, huge scenario because I wanted to show the liveries off as well, otherwise it'll sprawl into about a 2 hour long video. Whereas I'll be showing more off properly on the streams. This was just to get a little video out there, show you guys what it's all about, and let you guys decide if it's you or not. Right. Goes on to talks about TPWS and stuff like that. I'm not going to bore you with that because it's quite a lot. Speed set, you can do speed set. So Class 185s are fitted with a speed set system that allows the unit to maintain the speed without manual intervention. The pack contains a simulation of the speed set. The system itself is very complex, so 2 systems are provided, a simple and an advanced, as per real life. That's cool. Then it goes on to tell you how to actually set this up. Yeah, it's quite a complex setup actually, that. So again, it's one of these you need to read. There's one way you can control it with Control Shift and N. But you have to have your notch into like specifics and stuff like that. If we do it on the basic, you must be travelling over 40. PPC must be in notch 4. On the simple system, once you meet these conditions, simply press the combination of Ctrl and N. So, there you are, engaging at 75 mph. It's popped up in the top right. That's cool. And the engine has literally just sort of revved itself down. It's now sort of keeping itself there. That's cool. So it's the revs are fluctuating up and down, just keeping that steady pace. I like that. So if I notch it back down, it's disengaging. It tells you as well. So I'll just put it back into neutral. That is very cool. I won't go to the advanced one because it's quite a lot more involved there. The SD, I've disabled that, but you know how that works. I only disable it because I haven't got a DSD box currently, and I like to use the door buzzer for units, so I can change it over if I wish, but I haven't done. Guards and door panels. Stuff to do with that lot as well, which is, I assume, is this button here. The little the key. Talked about the TMS, which we've had a little look at that as well. Train management systems, there's literally loads of stuff. Still talking about TMS, there's a lot of stuff on TMS. Slow speed button as well, there is one of those which is down here. So the Class 25s are fitted with a low speed button. This restricts the unit to under 2 mph for shunting and coupling. To use it, you must be stationary and then depress the low speed button. It will flash, then illuminate. Take power to notch 1, and the unit will proceed, but limit itself to the 2 mph. To disengage, simply lift the button, back up, and observe the lamp extinguish. Simple. What's that one? HVAC emergency shutdown. So that's to do with ventilation. Some of these buttons don't all do bits and pieces, but they do still highlight and tell what they are. I think that fan actually makes noise as well. I can hear the fans going faster when I put it on high, which is cool. Talk to you then about the acting system, which is it tells you how to set this up. You need to do it in a specific way for it to start working if you want announcements as well. It's very complex. Do read up on that if you're a scenario creator. Don't just go straight into it, because you'll run into issues like I did and you'll need help. Well, there's a lot of stuff covered. There's loads of different destination stuff as well. What I'll do is as well, when setting up in scenarios, it's like sort of how the AP stuff is done. So you do the number string as well. You just for destination put the colon and then capital D and then ... for your AI stuff. It's a little bit different if you run announcements. You need to go into the second document for announcements, which gives you a code for that, so it's not exactly the same. So don't fall into the trap of what I did. I just put the destination code into there and it wasn't working. I thought I broke it up. But you can do some very cool setups. You can put times and dates in on that as well in the number code, which then tells you in here what's going on. Really cool. Oh, let's cancel that. A little bit of brake on. So routes currently are covering ATS's Leeds Lines Merge, ATS Leeds Lines and ATS East Coast Main Line Merge. Creative Rails York to Peterborough Modern. You've then got Full Sim South TPE, JT Newcastle to Edinburgh, On-Track Simulations Harrogate Loop V2, DPS East Coast Main Line North East, and also DPS's North East England route, which is the newer one. Pen and Pace's Manchester to Huddersfield stations route. I did not slow down for the 35. You've got ATS Chat Moss, DTG's Liverpool to Manchester, ATS Missing Link, West Coast Main Line route, DTG West Coast Main Line over Shap, and DTG West Coast Main Line North is also covered. You've also then got the ATS West Coast Main Line North West and Scotland Merge route, DPS's Edinburgh to Glasgow extension, and then last on the list is OTS's Northern Lines. Cumbrian Coast will be on there at some point. I was talking to Mark because I sent him all the information for the stations, for like the long and latitudes and stuff like that, to be inputted into the actual engine for the unit and all the announcements. That didn't quite make it apparently for the release, but it will come at some point, I believe. So I'm sure that'll come in an update. The route's not out yet anyway, so it'd be pointless to you guys. So just probably more case of just bear with ATS on that one. I'm sure when they update it, that will come, or when the route comes out, the more likely will update it for that. We were going to do that was the reason as well. We was going to do a video on the Cumbrian Coast to drive on there, but because I couldn't do that, I couldn't obviously do it for you guys today. So that's why we're on here. So there's a lot of routes, and they may update it. When a new route comes out that the unit's covered on, they'll probably end up updating it for that as well. So it'll probably be one of these packs that'll update over time with bits and pieces. Not only that, the pack comes with a selection of scenarios. So you've got some scenarios on the Chatmos route, Liverpool Manchester from DTG, West Coast Mainline over Shap as well, which has been created some respective scenario authors.
Preston. If you're leaving the train, take a moment to check you have everything with you. Don't forget any bags or cases in the luggage racks or under seats, and retain your tickets as they may be required when exiting this station. Thank you for travelling with TransPennine Express, and have a great onward journey.
Excellent. So yeah, the scenarios are made by various well-known scenario creators out there. They've not actually been done by in-house ATS developers this time. One's been made by Hayden Yates. There's 2 from Richard Fletcher and also 1 from Matt Carroll. And in the credits, which is the back end of the manual, you've got Imbue Studios for modelling, textures and animations, Anthony Wood for sounds, Alan Thomson for the inspiration and patience, Mark Fox for scripting, programming and external plugin development. You've also got Ben Swift for scripting, programming, modelling and animations, Max Mortimer for sound recordings along with Jake Fuller on that as well. And then at the bottom you've got Clouds for the destinations and artwork for the special liveries, which again he's done a fantastic job, and we're going to have a look at those in a minute along with all the other liveries. Right, so let's get the doors open and we will go and get ourselves...
This is a service to Manchester Airport.
It is.
Calling at Leyland, Chorley, Horwich Parkway, Lostock, Bolton, Salford Crescent, Manchester Oxford Road, Manchester Piccadilly, Heel Green, and Manchester Airport.
There we go. We'll get ourselves into the livery lineup next for you guys, so we'll see you over there in a moment. Right, so you join me back in Blackpool. One thing I'm going to quickly do here before we go and look at the liveries is just to show you the external door animations, which are really cool. So I'm just going to quickly pop there and... some cracking sounds on them and nice animations. So yeah, that was just that little bit really, because obviously we didn't have any more opportunities to do that. I'm just trying to think what else there is really to do on this part. I think really we sort of covered for the best part of what I can show for now without getting into massive complexities. So we'll look around here. We didn't really look on this side. I'm loving the textures. Really nice. One thing I didn't show actually is the wipers. The wipers are brilliant. They're not in sync. This is a feature which doesn't get done very often. I think the last time something was done like this, I think it possibly could have been the Class 57 from Uwe, where the wipers sort of like struggled and stuttered to get across the cab window. Because we're a new driver as well, which is cool. Yeah, I like that. Nice detail wipers as well. That could be probably one of the most highest detailed wipers I've seen in TS. It's cool. Right. What we'll do, we'll go down here now. We'll go to the livery lineup. It's the one you've all been waiting for. So we're going to go through all these, and I'm probably going to get them wrong. I'm hoping I've done this in the right order. I'm going to follow my manual here just to make sure I give you the right ones, because I haven't got them in the right order. Right, we'll start off here. We're on Barbie. This is the Barbie livery. This is a very early one. I think this didn't last very long at all. Virtually, as soon as they sort of like came into service, they very quickly went to the Dynamic Lines livery. I don't even recall seeing one in this livery myself, to be quite honest. I may have done, I might not have done, but I can't really remember, to be fair. But it's nice to see it on this. It looks cool. I think it's quite a smart livery, that. I'm going to say absolutely superb work on the headlamps there, all the detail in there, all the modelling in there. It's very easy to just go with whacking a texture over there and just putting the bulb light details in there, but they've gone full hog here and got all the detail in there. It looks really, really nice. Loving the clusters on there as well for the tail lights. You got the iron. They call it. Is it that the? I don't know what they call it. Iron bracket, I think. Put the headboards and all that sort of stuff, or tail lamps and stuff on. That's all there. Nice detail. Bit of rust and stuff around the sides there. The coupling, I think, superb. Amazing detail. All the earthing cables and stuff. It's bloody good. It's got all the hosing and stuff going on there as well. But I just love that detail. It's probably one of the most detailed couplers I've seen in that respect, with all the extra cables and stuff. So yeah, very nice, and it's all high res there as well. Good quality. Very well done. Nice and smart. Heading around here, there's one thing I will pick up on, and I will note this out, hoping that it'll get fixed. If you go on the side here, so you see this on the bodywork where it curves over. If you go inside, you can't see the curve, you can just see an outline. So it'd be nice to see if that gets updated and fixed. It's just some geometry. I'm assuming it just needs making two-sided or something like that. So yeah, that's one thing I have noticed. But yeah, lovely. Nice detail in the bogies as well. It's even got, I think it's actually textured there. I'm not sure if it was actually properly modelled in holes. They are just textured on. They look cool. But yeah, nice detail in there. Got all the labels and stuff on there as well. Jacking points and stuff. All the hatches and stuff. Door hatches and stuff. They'll open up doors and that. Very nice undercarriage detail all around. I never even realised that there are these little lights here. Now I did do a little test actually before earlier. I took a drive down on Harrogate, just a quick drive, and I thought it'd be clever just to uncouple it and see if the lights came on, but they don't. They didn't come on. Loving all the detail. They've actually got all the cables and stuff going on there. Very nice. Haven't done a test though to see what it's like on a tight curve, whether it comes apart or anything like that. No doubt we'll see that in more use on the streams and stuff. I can probably test that. Yeah, it's. I'm not going to look at the whole model, by the way, on each livery. Just look on this one just for the first, just so we can have a little look around. That's the. So this is the middle car, and then the rear. Of course, it'll be the same at the back and on the other side. So we'll go on the roof and just have a quick look at the roof detail. The fan does work. There you go. I'll just unpause that sec. So you've got that. You've got a little shark fin there. I'm not sure if that's to do with like the GSMR and stuff. And then I read on radio signals. Yep, you've got exhaust there as well. I'm not over sure if the mesh was supposed to go over the exhaust pipe. Maybe it does. I vaguely think maybe not, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's to stop stuff falling in, who knows. It's looking very good. Same again all the way through here. I think they've got some more fans there. Yep, got some more fans there. So that's Barbie. So moving up, we have Dynamic Lines Original. This is probably the most known one before they had the refurb. This is the livery that held the longest. Some of these are really cool. They've got some of them that actually have the golden spanner. As you can see over there, we'll have a look at that shortly. So I don't think the golden spanner wars were a thing in the early days. Oh, they were, apparently. Unless it's just been put on all the way through. Oh, 2008, yeah, it is. So yeah, they were. Cool. What we got next? This is the Christmas one. It's hard to find because they're all mixed up on the actual thing, so we'll have to sort of like find them and tell you which one which. I like that. It's cool. It's got the snow and the snowflakes on the windows as well, which is really cool. Got the teeth on the doors there as well. The idea behind that was to stop people from like running through doors and that, make them think that they get was that sharp. I don't know if it ever works or not, but highly doubt it. People still run for the train. Loving the weathering on the windows as well. You can see the dirt marks. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from TransPennine Express. Jolly good. Right, where are we at now? We are back over here. So this, I will presume, is the late livery with GSMR. You can tell it's late because it's got the teeth marks on the stickers. It's not much really different on that one. It's just got a few more modern updates like for the PRM and all that sort of stuff. Got 2 spanners on that one. It's 18 and 2013 there. This one is it's one of the specials. This is the dynamic lines with the poppy. So it's got the Royal British Legion sticker on the side there, and on the side it's one further up. Other than that, it's the same. No differences really on that one. This is the top of the list on the manual. This one is unbranded and plain blue, so not quite sure when this one took place. I'm not sure if it was sort of in the earlier days. I probably would have thought when they were delivered, and I assume maybe they were delivered like this and they put the first brand on and then went to the dynamic lines. Not really much more to see on that one. It's just blue, some white doors. Next up we have probably one of my favourites. This one is absolutely superb. This is the Special B livery, Manchester B. I think that is absolutely stunning. Not really sure if that 8 is meant to be darker than, like, more prominent than the rest, to be quite honest. I'm not sure if that's actually intentional or not. It just stands out a little bit. But yeah, that is stunning. This, of course, has got the new refurb livery on this as well. This is quite a recent special livery. This difference on this one is the teeth on the doors. Obviously, this one's got yellow and black. This one is black and white. Same on the other end. Next up, we have Manchester Pride. So if I don't just get this on the actual list there. So this one is the special Manchester Pride livery. It's got the pink part on the front. Looks cool. Nothing in the centre coach. Got the I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's not actually got the TransPennine with the first logo on this one. It's just got, says TransPennine Express. So this is, I assume, is probably sort of transitioning over as well. So that is that one. Next up, we have the Superhero Day. Let's get this on the list. Does it show it? Ah, yeah. So it's hard to tell on the manual because they haven't got the logos and stuff. It's just plain. But yeah, this one is the superhero. That's cool. It's another nice one. I do like that. It stands out really well. It's gonna be nice just to drive around and see all these random like special ones as well, not knocking about in scenarios. So it's not just all the same. It's nice that we've got these extras in there. That's the same again on the rear there. On the next line now, so what we got over here. Some of these I'm not going to be able to tell you. Like these are like the refurbished, and some have got stained. I think it's stained glass and stuff like that. It's hard to tell which ones are which. I'm just trying to look. I don't have a clue which ones are which, to be quite fair with the stained glass. Things obviously not out the where the newer numbers are and stuff like that as well, where they're on the side rather than on the actual nose as they used to be. Like as well with the logos, you've got like little bits missing in them as well, so they're not just perfectly placed. They've got little bits missing where obviously stones or whatever has damaged them. So these are what we have today in this livery. So we'll have the same again here. So we'll have like there'll be slight differences here. Stained glass and stained glass original. Oh no, this is the whole one. So this is the City of Culture. I placed this down. I'm thinking, where is the actual? Like, I couldn't find it at first. I didn't realise it was just this little bit back here. That's cool. It's quite a low key one, that. And that's the end of that line. So we're gonna go. What's this one? Ah, this is the Refurbished, but it's got the old numbers still, so it's actually got the old numbers, and it's also got a different Transpennon Express logo on there. You can change and chop and change these stars as well. You can have them to different ones and remove them, should you wish to. Yeah, that's got the old numbers in the on the front there. Always better for spotters because you can actually see what the number is. Otherwise, you've got to like squint and try and find it on the side. It's not as easy. So yeah, best place for the numbers. Let's go back over here. There's a couple more. There's another special. This one is the other poppy one. Which one is it? It's the stained glass poppy one. This is really cool. On the again on the manual, it shows about the poppies. There's a branding patch when you install this because of certain things you can't give out in payware. Sometimes licenses can't be acquired and stuff. So the easier way around things like how AP do it is have a branding patch. The poppy itself as well is it's a trademark thing where you can't just use it. Again, you'd have to try and acquire a license, and again you may have to pay quite a lot of money to have this. So to have it in a branding patch is the way to get around doing stuff like that, which would be what we're very well familiar with how AP do things. Again, it looks really cool. Nice that. It's the same at the rear there as well. So I have no idea which one this is. Be another one of the stained glass ones, whether it's original or refurb or what. There's nothing else on there I can tell. This is the transitional one as well. So this hasn't got the first logo down here. It's got the obviously it's like stickered on over the top. Just says Transpennon Express. So that is all of the liveries, and I think that's everything covered there. To a good extent for an opening video there. There will be bits and pieces I haven't gone over. There will be a few bits here and there that I haven't shown. Stuff like that we will end up covering in streams because we'll be more in depth and have a lot more time to play about with it rather than me sitting here all day trying to figure something out and having a 2-hour long video where you guys will end up getting bored. But again, if it's something for you, the link for this product is in the description. The price for the pack itself, if you're not a subscriber to Alan Thomson Simulation, the price is £24.99. If you're a subscriber, that is £19.99, so you do get a £5 price reduction if you are a subscriber, which is really cool. Again, I will put a link in the description for that. The scenario saw will come in a update for Northern Lines very soon. There's loads of scenarios already out for this, by the way. I mean, we're on release day, and there was a number of scenarios that came out at the same time as the train was released. And since that, there has actually been a few more released over the evening, so I would expect a huge flood of scenarios for a good while on this, whilst it's fresh, and probably for a long time to come, to be quite honest. It's a very versatile train, and it is covered on so many routes that we've had for a long time. And you'll be able to finally get some correct AI in certain places where we may not have done before, so fantastic news. Well done to everyone involved in this. It's been a long time coming. So many people will be glad to finally be able to drive a 185. I'm just glad it has come. It would have been a shame to never have seen one of these in-game drivable. Even if it did take 14 years to get one in TS. we got there in the end, so nice one. Well played to everyone involved, and it's a superb piece of kit. Hopefully some of the bits I've come across can either be highlighted on or replied back in a comment just to clarify for myself, and anything I have spotted that may get fixed would be great as well. Brilliant stuff. Right, thank you very much. I'm going to stop waffling. Don't forget you can catch us on Twitch at twitch.tv/trainsim_TV. Usually on a Thursday and a Sunday evening from 8:30, with occasional bonus extra streams during the week as well to fill your TS needs. Do come and join us for a usually an eventful evening. Something usually goes wrong. Again, pack is in the description and all that stuff, so do go and take a look, and if it's maybe something that you can get good use out of. Thank you for watching, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you again on the next video. Bye for now.